Well, haha. What's up, boys? Oh my gosh, it's once again it's Monday. It's Monday, guys. It's just another day. It's just another day at the stacking office. Stacking hard. Or hardly stacking. No, I'm stacking. I even I kind of cheated on the stuff I'm selling on OfferUp. I haven't sold the things yet, but I'm in conversations with people at the current prices. So I went ahead and bought Bitcoin before I sold the stuff because I figured I'm gonna sell the stuff eventually, right? Also next week, is it next week? No, this week. On Friday is my birthday. So birthday, we get these envelopes, right? With cash in them. And so I got my lycée, I think it's called. And I also put that into Bitcoin. So I'm stacking hard right now. So the beginning of the show, the topic of the show is it time to sell my Bitcoin? And if you're here for the answer to that, I'll give it to you right away. No. It's never sell your Bitcoin. Round of applause from my live studio audience for Leonard. What up, Leonard? Good to see you in here. BTC Backpacker in the house. Also BTC Fanny Packer. Good to see you in the house. Well, I assume you're watching. And then Carlos had me in the house. What up, Carlos? Woo. DCA to BTC. And smash buy on the dips, son. So we smash bought the dips. I went to the morning jiu-jitsu class today, and it feels good after being a week off. But I also feel like I'm extra sweaty. Oh, my body needed that exercise. Anyway, let's get into the first topic of the show. We like to call that the first segment of the show. The Satoshi Strength. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Today the price of Bitcoin is $54,592.66, $570.49. Today, you can buy a whopping 1,832 Satoshis for a single penny. I'm sorry, for a single dollar. For a single dollar. Don't get too excited. For a single dollar. What the heck is a Satoshi? You might be asking yourself. A Satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin. Just like a dollar is made up of 100 cents, a Bitcoin is made up of 100 million Satoshis. So when you look at the price of Bitcoin, you say 54,000. Geez, I can't invest that much all at once in one shot to hold one Bitcoin. Well, don't be scared. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin at once. You can buy Satoshis. You can buy fractions of it, right? You can invest as little as your minimum purchase at your exchange is. So it could be $5, $10. You can start with $5, $10, $20 a week, a day, a month. And but on days like today, when the price is dropping, when the price is down, and instead of crying, you should be buying. Okay. So, say you're walking down the street today, minding your own business. You look down, you see a penny, you pick it up, and all the day that penny could have bought you 18.39 Satoshis right now at the price of Bitcoin. Jeez. What a deal. So today, oh man, I can't wait. Let me see, let me get in here. Let's see. That is a Satoshi Strength. Welcome to the show. Do me a favor, hit that like button, guys, when you come in. It helps YouTube push it out to the other subscribers, and maybe even possibly somebody new that's hanging out on the internet, hoping for some sweet Bitcoin signal, and they won't get the chance to see us if we don't get those likes, if we don't get those subs. So do me a favor and hit that like when you get a chance. All right, so let's get into what we like to call why we stack. We stack because Oops. Oop, there I am. So why do we stack? Why do we save in Bitcoin? What's the point? Well, we save in Bitcoin because even though we get these crazy, seemingly crazy ups and downs in the price, it trends. Oh, it trends up. If you look at Bitcoin in any 4-year window, you are in the positive. So how can you be? So when you come and join the show and you say, "Wow, why does this dude look so peaceful, so calm? We're down 30% in the past, I don't know, 20-30% in the past couple weeks. What's this guy smiling about? What does he know that I don't know?" And if you're freaking out because the price of Bitcoin is down, it's because you're in it for the wrong reason. You're in it to make more dollars. You're in it because you want to buy it, you want to wait for the price to go up, and then you want to sell it to have more paper money that you think is value. But as soon as you sell back into the paper money, you sell back into melting ice cubes. Okay? Would you hold your value, your life savings in apples? Would you hold your life savings in oranges? No, right? Because they're perishable, right? Like yeah, I have a million apples, so I'm an apple millionaire. But those apples are gonna rot in maybe like maybe like 3 or 4 weeks. I would guess 3 or 4 weeks if you don't put them in the fridge. If you don't put them in cold storage. See what I did there? If you don't put those apples in cold storage, and even if you do put them in cold storage, maybe you freeze them, right? They're still not going to be as valuable as when they were fresh. And they have a decay, right? And if you save all of your income, all of your earnings, instead of buying anything else, you buy apples, and then you're like, yeah, I have this giant silo where every time I get paid, I go to the store and I buy as many apples as I want to save in, and I go into this. Then I climb the ladder to the top of my silo, and I dump the apples in there, right? And yeah, how long you been saving apples for? I don't know, for like years. And when you go back to make a withdrawal, it's just gonna be a bunch of rotten apples in there, right? Or some kind of science experiment growing in there, right? Maybe you'll spawn a new superhero, toxic apple guy. But I know it's a ridiculous story, and it's supposed to be a ridiculous story, because it's just as ridiculous to save your value in paper money, right? Right? Just as ridiculous as it sounds to save your value in apples or a fruit that's rotting, a fruit that can rot, strawberries, whatever. It's just as silly to save your long-term value in paper money, right? Because although the paper is not decomposing, the value that paper represents is going down daily, right? And so when you save in paper money, you are in essence saving in apples that can rot, or a good that's not going to last. And it's not only not going to last, it's also going to lose value, right? But when you save in Bitcoin, it's like going back in time and giving yourself a continuously rising retroactive raise for the hours you've already worked for, as long as you hold a Bitcoin that represents those hours. And that is why we stack. So, done. Okay. We are at a local high for the day. Was it local? Yeah, we're close to the local top for the day at $54,651. Jeez. All right, let's check out our stack. Stack recap. Because we don't only talk about stacking sats here. We stack every Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern. And, that's what we do. That's what we do. Oh, wow. And for the first time in was it first time or second time in 2024? We're actually negative. We're minus 2% in 2024. So this gives you an idea of how big of a buying opportunity this is, right? Since May 2023, we're still up, baby. We're still about 30%. Let's go. Right, but it's still an excellent buying opportunity. So we're gonna do. Are these sats even cheaper than the German sats? Let's see. The German dip was 57,000. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're getting some cheap sats right now. They're even cheaper than when the Germans dumped 50,000 bitcoins onto the market. All of my paycheck, with the exception of my debt, went to BTC. This is the BTC standard. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So that's 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's the 5th. Okay. So today the price of Bitcoin is 54,000, and my average buy price is 60,000. That means today we do a double stack. Double stack. Yeah, I need a double stack special effect. Okay, we do a double stack today of $40, right? The price of Bitcoin is not below our all-time lowest price of 2024, which is 39,000. So we just do a double stack. So we're gonna buy $40 worth of Bitcoin today for our DCA of the day. All right. So with that said, we know how much Bitcoin we're holding. We know how much Bitcoin we're gonna buy. There's only one thing left to do, and now it's time to stack some sats. There you go. Yes. I feel like these sats are so cheap. I feel like I'm stealing. I feel like I'm stealing these. I think I need to move strike. I need to move the strike gap a little bit up in my outside of the little menus. Oh, here we go. We're on strike. We hit the buy button. And we're gonna key in 40. $40 today on the Stack Sats show. We're buying $40 worth of Bitcoin right now. Dang, it's peaking. It's pumping. Ah. It's pumping to 55,000. All right, I'm just gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit it before it pumps too high. Here it goes. It's going. 40,000. $40 worth of Bitcoin today. Purchased. Stacked. Man. That was a high local buy. Hopefully it keeps going from here. Secretly, I wanted to go back down to 49 so I get another buy down there. Jeez, I missed that $49 dip. That's it. I missed that 49,000 dip. Like 49,470, dude. Jeez. A 49. What was it? It went down to 49,060. Damn. That would have been a tasty buy right there. All right. Let's populate the spreadsheet with today's buy. After I throw on the music, that signifies that we have stacked and now we chill. Andrew Williams in the house. Round of applause from the live studio audience for Andrew. Gee. Just made it in time for the stack. Let's go. The premise of today's show was is it time to sell my Bitcoin? And the answer is no. And when people are crying, that's when you should be buying. Did I stack so hard today? I even pre-stacked the stuff that I have listed on OfferUp. That's crazy. Because I know I'm going to sell it eventually. Why not get a sweet buy on them? Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm keying in the data for today's purchase. Beep, bop, boop, bop, beep, bop, boop. 8, 5, 24. We bought on 55,000. Jeez, $319.74. Highway robbery. I feel like I'm stealing buying Bitcoin at this price. Jeez, 0.000. Oh, 71,620. That's a lot of Satoshis for one buy. Holy smokes. Jeez, that's a lot of sats. 71,620 Satoshis were stacked today on the Stack Sats show. Jeez, we're winning. Winning. Oh, this will be 40. 40. There it goes. And that spreadsheet looking good. All right, copying this data, adding it to the cumulative stack. There it is. Dang. Let's see what our stack looks like. Dang, 71,620 Satoshis added to the stack, bringing our grand total to 0.26248251 Bitcoin for the Stack Stats show. That is our stack right now after today's buy. And just like that, we have come to the Q&A section of the show, where if you don't ask me questions, I ask you questions. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And if you're watching the show wondering what the heck's going on here, I do this show Monday through Friday, and I only buy Bitcoin. I don't sell it. I buy it. I take it off the exchange into self-custody, and I repeat that. When the price goes up, I buy. When the price goes down, I buy. When the price goes really, really far down, I buy a lot more. And when the price goes up and recovers all the way back up and is at a new all-time high, I still buy. Okay? Because to me, what's important is that this number goes up. The amount of Bitcoin in my wallet that I have the keys for, that nobody else can control but me, that's what's important. I don't care about this number. I don't care about how much I paid for it in dollars and how much it's worth now in dollars. That's living in the past. That's living in the paper money system. I know that as long as I'm holding the most Bitcoin I can hold, my life is getting cheaper. Even on days like today, where it seems like you're losing value. No, you're not losing anything. If you don't sell, if you have diamond hands and you hold on to that Bitcoin, you don't sell like a paper-handed pansy, then those losses are not realized. It won't be losses, right? And again, the thesis for the show, the premise for the show here is that I buy the Bitcoin with money that I don't need for the next eight years, 2 cycles, right? And we're in year 2 of the show, so I don't even plan on selling it after 8 years, right? I'm just saying, you're only investing the money that you don't need. I know it's hard to right? The money that you don't need, that you won't put yourself in a situation where you can't make your rent or you can't buy your food, right? Can't cover gas. No, you gotta keep some fiat on hand so you can spend it on fiat things, right? But as far as like your long-term savings, it's fine. So when you look at the price dip, and you watch people freak out and be like, "Oh my God, it's down! It's going to zero!" Ah! And you're like, "Wow, it's crazy, right?" And you know that when people are crying about it, you should be buying those cheap sats. So anyway, that's not financial advice. That's my opinion. I'm just a guy on the internet. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have a finance degree. I don't have a big corporation. I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm just a guy. Just a dad that wants to save and be able to leave something for my family and for my kids and for my kids' kids and for my kids' kids' kids and for my kids' 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 kids. Right? I want to be able to say, hey, I left you guys to set you guys up with the most scarce thing you could own before everybody understood what it was. I took the time to listen to podcasts and read books. Well, listen to audiobooks. And took the risk of stacking sats for you guys so that you guys could have a better life. Right? That's my contribution to my family, to my lineage, is stacking sats. Of course, the lessons I teach them and the experiences we have, right? But this stack will help more generations down my line than we know, right? And same thing with you, right? So, and again, we got in here before the banks, right? Before everybody thought it was cool. But I wasn't like super early, right? I thought it was weird until about 2021. But so I feel like I got in late, but at the same time, we are the OGs of 6 years from now. We're gonna be the Bitcoin OGs in 6 years. People are gonna be like, wow, You got a whole Bitcoin, or you almost got a whole Bitcoin. You're nuts. How'd you do it? How did you do that? Like, it must have been a huge effort. And yeah, it was, right? But not as big of an effort as it's going to be in 4 to 8 years and beyond. How much of an effort it's going to be to accumulate one Bitcoin, right? Like, the amount of effort that we went through to accumulate whatever Bitcoin you're at now, you won't be able to accumulate that Bitcoin, that same amount of Bitcoin in the future with that same amount of effort. You're gonna need to like multiple X that effort to stack that many sats, right? So on days like today, when the price goes down like that so much, and it might continue to go down a little bit, right? And I don't know when it's gonna stop going down and bump back up. Right? From what I've seen, a lot of people are saying that there was like a Japanese yen carry trade or something like that, and I'm not sure I 100% understand it. I'm not, like I said, a financial advisor or like a economics guy or like a finance guy, markets and all that stuff. But I know enough to be dangerous, and I did stay at a Holiday Inn last night, so But I know enough to relay the message that if you want to try to understand what's happening with the price today, you can look up someone that can accurately describe what a Japanese yen carry trade is, right? I believe, based on the few videos I've seen, it's somebody, since Japanese yen, the interest rate is a little bit lower compared to an asset you can invest in. You go and you take a Japanese yen loan, and you convert that Japanese yen to dollars, and then you invest in assets that are appreciating faster than your interest rate on your Japanese yen loan, right? And so a lot of people do that. I guess big corporations do that, or big investment companies do that. And so what happens is Japan had to raise their interest rate, and when they raise their interest rate, those carry trades don't work anymore, because now the interest that you're paying on your original loan for the yen is more than the interest you're gaining by having that value converted to dollars and invested in other assets. So then now that means that those people are trying to get rid of all of the assets they bought in dollars to get their dollars back, so they can go back and pay back that yen loan and get out of that trade, because it's no longer valid. It's no longer good. Now they're losing. Now they're bleeding value instead of gaining value. That little arbitrage, right? So that is what's happening. That's why there's pressure for I guess risk on assets, like, and I guess Bitcoin is still considered a risk on asset. So for example, let's say somebody went through and did that Japanese yen carry trade, and they took out a loan for like a bunch of Japanese yen at a certain interest rate, and then they invested it into like, they converted it to dollars, and then from dollars they invested into Bitcoin or something, right? And then from there, they're gaining value from the Bitcoin going up in price, and it's going up faster than their interest due on their loan. So like, just kind of like cover the interest, and it's kind of like like borrowing cheap money to make more money, right? And so when they do that, it puts them at risk of like the price of Bitcoin dropping a lot, or the interest rate going up on their loan by the banks. And then that trade doesn't work anymore. The arbitrage is backwards now, so they have to undo their trades and get back to being solvent, I guess. Anyway, it's pretty crazy, but that's the way I kind of understand it, and it kind of makes sense to me that way. But if you're somebody that doesn't understand it, you've never been to like the Bitcoin cycles, and you don't, you see that drop, right? Let me see how big of a drop we have. I'm gonna go to like the daily chart or something. Daily chart from the we've been pretty much going up. I guess from the daily chart we hit all-time high, and then almost made it back up to all-time high, and then almost made it back up to all-time high again. But the last dip went from, let's see, from the highest, the most recent highest high, the most recent high, let's see, like 69,000 to to, what did it say, 49,500, which is where like the lowest dip was today. That is a 30% move down if you start counting it from the top, from the highest high, or from the latest high. And so that's pretty scary, right? In any other asset class, if the price of your thing drops 30%, you're pretty much like, you bail, right? But not today. Bitcoin could drop a whole lot more if it wants to, and it won't make a difference to me. I'd still keep purchasing it. Actually, the more it dips, the more I want to buy. And I know I'm not the only one. So, can you imagine what you would be doing if the price was close to zero? Shoot, we sell all kinds of stuff. Anyway, yeah. So this is what they say. Hodl on, right? So diamond hands, hodl your stack, and keep it going. All right. Any questions from you guys? Any questions from the crowd? Hard hodl in the house. I have predicted this drop. It's true. That's true. You did predict this drop. You talked about it last week, I thought. Right? Also, who else did? Satwise Jenks. Mr. Jenks also said we could probably dip down to the like 50s or something. 50s, right? Yeah, you did hard huddle. You did say that. So that's good. So what's the next point? Do you think we're gonna keep going a little bit further down? I mean, I'm stacking as much as I can anyway, right? Because even looking back at 2024, right? When was the last time we had a nice dip to 54,000? I mean, pretty much the whole year we've been at 50. February 2026, right? Right now, you could go back in time and buy Bitcoin at 54,000, the price it was in February, before ETFs, right? Before ETFs even. Yeah, it should see it under 50K again, easy. Yeah, they have to recover that candle wick, right? It's crazy. Yeah, they have to recover that candle. That candle is pretty aggressive from this morning. Yeah, they're definitely going to come back down. It's the most liquid asset in the world. Exactly. Yeah, it's the most liquid asset in the world. So when people that are invested in it need money to cover their other losses, they're going to sell their Bitcoin, unfortunately, right? I'm keeping some dry powder just in case. Andrew, that's a really good plan. It's a really good plan. After the show, I'm going to walk around the neighborhood to see if anybody wants me to cut their grass, wash their car, or needs a massage, I guess. Oh wait, I'm gonna do this one. Does anybody need a massage? If you need some money quick, BTC is easy to sell. Yep. Houses and stocks are hard to sell compared to BTC. That's 100% true. It's 100% true. That's very true. Especially over the weekend, right? When your bank is closed, there's no trading on the weekend. It's just gonna be like Bitcoin's just looking like a tasty burger right there. You're on a desert island, on a deserted island, and nothing else is available to eat except for Bitcoin right there, sitting there looking at you like a big juicy burger. If you offer a massage, people will pay you to go away. Let's go. Got him. You got me, Andrew. I like that one. Oh my gosh. That's fun. That's hilarious. So crazy. I'm seeing this. I haven't seen this in the red for almost the whole year. Oh, let's look at our numbers, guys, just to rub it in, to desensitize ourselves from the losses. They're not losses yet. They're potential losses. All right, our sewing machine that sold for $80. Current value of the Satoshis we purchased, $80.78. We're still up in your face. The Pelican case is down. It's only we sold it for $93 and it's only worth about $89. Okay, Oh, the boxing gloves are hurting. I'm down like $9 on those gloves. It's all right. We're still holding on to the sats. That's the whole point. We'll come back to these things and check out the value of those later. Let's go into the one that's really gonna hurt right now, and that is the 100 stacks challenge. Where is it? We're down 18% on the 100 stacks challenge. 100 days Bitcoin savings. What was that? What was that? Q1? When did we start? No, it's Q2, right? It's Q2. So we're just gonna call it Q2. Q2. All right. Right now is when I should be doing a 100 stacks challenge, actually. Right? What up, McLovin? Good to see you in the chat. We're talking about how this is amazing and the opportunities are incredible. Look at this. We stacked today and we got, oops, where's it? For $40, for a measly $40, we got 71,620 Satoshis. That's a deal. And then we're also looking at, I can't remember the last time it was at 1,800 Satoshis. It was 1,800 plus Satoshis for $1. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So the last time we were able to purchase at these prices was in February 2023. Sorry, yeah, no, 24. February 2024. Where are we? Yeah, February 2024, and then it just started going up from there. Right? So it's like we have ourselves a little time warp opportunity here, thanks to the Japanese yen carry trade these institutions are doing, to go back to February 2026 and stack some Bitcoin at the prices. That's cool. From 6 months ago. Yeah, pre-ETF sats right now, guys. You guys pretty much are stacking pre-ETF sats. If you're waiting on the sidelines the whole time waiting for the ETF to have an effect, sheesh. Right now it's like traveling back in time and being able to purchase Bitcoin at the prices before the ETFs came out. This is the price we deserve, says Carlos. Let's go. I like that, Carlos. I like that. Yeah, it's amazing. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for it to come back up. It's gonna be so epic. Like this purchase here is gonna be so nice. Yeah, it's gonna be good. The price we deserve. That's a good message too. That's a good message to close out the show on. Let's put this music on. All right, gentlemen. You guys have a great rest of the day. You understand that today is a day to reflect and think about how you can get more sats because it's cheap. Stack hard. Stack often. Don't go away. Just DCA. That's right, Hard Hodl. That's right. And if you feel like crying, that's when you should be buying. And lastly, I'll see you guys tomorrow. But until then, remember, if you ain't stacking at these prices, bargain prices, you're slacking. Later, guys. Have a good rest of the day. See you tomorrow.